Is that one of them vloggy cameras?
Oh, baby, it's the Vlogmaster 7000.
Oh shit, is that really what it's called?
You synced her up, okay.
She's sunk.
I gotta actually look at my questions.
You got questions?
Yeah, I got some standard operating questions.
All right, cool.
It is just a conversation. We'll just go back and forth.
Sweet.
Like if you want to ask me anything or say anything, then it's all right.
Dick size.
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. So who are you and where are we at right now?
I am Bobo, otherwise known as Biking with Bobo, and we're in Asheville, North Carolina. These are my stomping grounds. You might know the area from our renowned beer scene and extreme sports. This attracts a lot of extreme sports athletes. We have everything: rock climbing, mountain biking, kayaking.
Yeah.
Man, I saw some videos from the Green River Gorge. Holy shit, that's some crazy shit. So yeah, I'm biking with Bobo, and I just went mountain biking with BKXC finally for the first time.
I've met Bobo a few times. We actually got to ride, and dude's insane. He's a super shredder.
Oh, well, thank you, buddy.
He would qualify as a super shredder.
I appreciate that.
Scared for my life.
That's when you know you're having fun, when death is imminent. It's like, I should probably use my brakes, but this is way more fun.
It was ridiculous. I'll drink to that.
Cheers. You got in there moonshine, 100 proof.
It's
well, we're in the hillbilly mountains, so like that sticker that says "pedal faster." I hear banjo music. It was written for this area. Actually, I'm pretty sure that there were several scenes from Deliverance shot in this area, so that should tell you. Like we actually invented the banjo music term. So
the hillbilly.
Wrap your mind around that internet.
So why YouTube?
I started out in YouTube just for myself. It was my personal channel. I had my personal name on it. I just would go out and record mountain bike videos or like vacation videos, etc. Some stupid sketch that I wanted to do. And I put it up there for posterity, It was mostly for me. I wasn't like looking for an audience.
But you've always been a creative type.
I have always been a creative type. I worked in the film industry for many years. And honestly, this was before the gimbal. So I would watch these mountain bike videos and I was like, I could do better. Like, these guys are going out with a shaky chest mount or whatever, helmet, handlebar mount, whatever it was. I think the handlebar mount was real popular back then. This was like 10 years ago. So I was like, these assholes don't know how to plan a camera. So I took it upon myself to compete. I'm very competitive. And I was like, I think I could beat these people. So I would go out the trails and me and my buddy would take one freaking camera. Did I say fucking?
Of course.
Oh yeah, that's more, that feels more natural. So me and my buddy would take one fucking GoPro out on the trails.
Oh no, what the fuck? 0 minutes, it's full. I can't get this straight for shit.
Yeah?
Yeah, get in there. Work your magic. I guess the candle thing was a stupid idea.
Oh yeah, you don't need this. So that's headroom for you.
Yep. I don't need much nowadays, huh?
Look at that. He's high and tight, everybody. Got a haircut.
I gotta take care of this. My friggin' beard. If my beard looked half as good as yours.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'd be wearing one right now.
Dude, I was wondering, like, so the beard game is just not.
Look at it.
Oh, you got the Joe Dirt thing. It like only grows in all rednecky in these particular.
It's patchy. Then my best beard is like on the neck, just only neck beard.
Is that two Dutch angles?
Get in.
Ah, that's about right.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Well, that's pretty good.
All right, I'm gonna get naked.
Oh, we're doing that now, right away?
Oh, brother.
Okay. Oh, you didn't know about all this chest hair.
Oh, man, it was a pleasant surprise earlier. I'll tell you that much.
One time, these ladies at the beach tried to wax my chest, and it was a painful experience. So I had to call it early. Oh yeah, my wife's in the other room. She's probably heard the story from my mom.
She's heard it.
Yeah. So I had them stop, and I was like, I'm just going to shave it into a T.
How did you get to the point? Were you at the beach and then you met these women?
Alcohol, yeah.
And they had a wax kit?
Apparently. I don't question it. The kinky side of things, you say yes to wax whenever a girl presents that to you. In my history, I'm sorry, honey. You always say yes to wax. So anyways, long story short, I shaved my chest into what I thought was a T.
Okay.
So I was like, I just need any design right now, make this in, because it's way too painful.
Yeah.
The 40-year-old virgin is accurate.
Yeah.
Way too painful. And the next day I came out, my buddies were all staying at the condo, and they're like, what happened to you last night? I'm like, check it out, it's a T for terrific. And they're like, I don't look like a T. And I'm like, oh yeah, it's kind of circular up here. And then so I had a
dick and balls.
A dick and balls on my chest, carefully crafted. It's a good look. I was very popular on the beach that week.
A man of power and strength.
Yes, indeed. And confidence.
Exactly.
And confidence to walk around with a phallus carved out of chest hair.
Top to bottom.
Yeah. It was large.
Cheers to that.
You gotta be shitting me.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Yeah.
Dogs are the best.
I love dogs.
They're almost as convenient as children.
Yes, exactly. How about children? You're married.
Oh.
How long have you been married?
Whoa.
Let's go.
What year is
go.
it? 2018. So it'll be 7 years this year.
So your in-laws, your parents, your brothers, your uncles, your grandparents must be constantly asking you, when are you having kids?
No.
Come on.
Yeah, all the
Constantly.
time. Well, luckily we have like a little bit of pressure off of us because our siblings have went ahead and done the devil's business.
Yeah.
And so that motherfucker just opened the door. God, I hate him so much. So no. I mean, we've talked about kids because we're getting older. You know that shit happens.
I'm 35.
I'm 35. I'll be 36 this year.
Class of 2000.
Class of 2000. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Goddamn. So if we were like living in the same place, we would have went to high school and graduated
I would have
together.
hated your fucking guts.
I would have not liked you. I went to like a redneck high school. I was the most hated person.
South Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to move on from the kids thing. Nobody likes getting asked about when they're having kids.
Soon. And the thing about having kids is when you become a father, you're a father for the rest of your life. So it's not something that I enter into lightly. Like that occurred to me the other day. I was like, man, I really want to be a dad, but it's like, that's it. Forever. Till I'm dead.
Yeah.
I'd be a dad.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of responsibility. I'm not sure.
I love the idea, though, having kids and just like, I think it'd be fun after a little while. Probably about 17 years in, then it'd be fun.
17 years is that all? I never pictured you as pedofamilious.
Pedofamilious.
It sounds bad. It just means father to children.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's a Coen brother term.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not pederass. That's a different.
Yes.
Yeah.
You got me on that one.
Fuck's a pederass? Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
South Carolina boy.
Yeah, well, South Carolina boy with a rare extended vocabulary.
Yeah.
I need to start playing it more of the normal Bobo, the dumbass who doesn't know big words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of a character, huh?
Okay, yeah, so Biking with Bobo is definitely, it's a character. But at the same time, so my neighbor, they see me filming stuff out here. Like I had, for the tree thing, I did a video where I had to put my face on a tree and was
Top 5 Reasons You Crash is really an excellent Bobo video, and it kind of stepped up the game to the next level. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit later.
Sure.
I don't want to derail it too much.
So I had to put green face paint all over my face to chroma key my face onto this tree, and I'm running outside to film it, and every neighbor is outside like, what? And I got my hair up in a bun, and it's just, I look like a green goblin hipster. It was terrible.
Yeah. So you got to explain.
I had to explain. So like getting back to your question, my neighbor was asking me what was going on, and I was like, Biking with Bobo, it's my YouTube show. And I was like, oh, by the way, that is just a character I play. It doesn't necessarily represent who I am in real life. And she's like, looks at me, and I was like, and yet it doesn't necessarily not represent who I am.
Perfect way to say like, oh no, it's a character. It's kind of like Stone Cold Steve Austin. He kind of played up himself. It was bigger than, it was still him, but it was like a larger than life version of himself. Or even The Rock, where
amplified.
They had huge success by being themselves turned up to 11.
Absolutely, and you have to accent your qualities, and you have to highlight that. And in the competitive world of YouTube, you have to stand out. And in my channel, I do some controversial shit.
Yeah.
I don't bleep out my cursing.
Yeah.
Some people do, some people don't. And I take some risks in areas. My boss taught me, though, if it's your instinct that whatever you're shooting is too much for your audience, leave it in.
Wow.
So
That's
if
powerful.
your instinct is to take it out, then you should probably keep it.
Wow.
Because no word travels faster through controversy. So I'm constantly thinking of new ways to push that envelope as well. Mostly the beer is what gets me there. Like beer-fueled evenings.
It loosens them up
help
real
me
nice.
come up with the bullshit that I need to put out there.
Hell yeah.
But you got into YouTube because you just wanted to get out of
I wanted
software.
to build a business where I could go mountain bike more. So I always wanted to like maybe make an app or some kind of website or find some kind of get rich quick scheme where I could do this on the side or work remotely and go mountain bike more often and dreaming of Spain and going on these big trips. And then
It's a good business plan.
exactly,
Honestly, yeah.
it's foolproof.
Yeah.
Everybody can do it. It's amazing.
I know. I told Nate that we rode with today. I was like, dude, when you want a mountain bike for a living, that seems like a pretty good job.
It's really, really the best.
Make your hobby your job.
Yep. And if you can find a way to make an impact on people, then that's how it becomes a job.
I'm glad you said that because that part eluded me throughout this entire process. I underestimated the impact on people.
Yeah.
Because one thing I try to do with my content is reach out to people who are not currently involved in mountain biking.
Yeah.
Try to make it malleable for the masses
Bridge
as
the
well.
gap.
And I feel like I've had some success with that all the time, and I'm sure you probably get this too. I get people writing me saying, dude, I just bought my first mountain bike.
It's crazy.
I went out on the road and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Or dude, I just bought a full suspension, or I just went downhilling for the first time. So
I believe in it so much about mountain biking, and this is all like, you don't have to have a spoonful of sugar to make the medicine of mountain biking go down.
No.
Mary Poppins.
No.
But it's so powerful. If you get somebody on a mountain bike, I'm such a nut that it's the best fitness, the best adventure, the best way to make friends, the best way to travel. Like there's nothing. It's expensive. I always kind of say it.
Sure.
Like it's friggin' expensive, and you need some kind of decent trails around if you want to be into it. But at the end of the day, if I had to say one thing my channel is about, is more people mountain biking.
Cool. Yeah, and you know what? The mountain bike is the vehicle of choice when it comes to seeing the world. You literally, there is no better let's see the world vehicle than a mountain bike, because you can get into so many remote locations quick and then out.
Yes.
And you can go places that a lot of vehicles just can't reach.
Or it would take you days and days to hike.
For sure.
You get to see it all.
Yeah, and at warp speed sometimes.
Sometimes, like
look
today.
at all the good stuff. Yeah. Your eyebrows are full back over your
It
forehead.
scared the shit out of me several times today, but Bobo can shred it.
Well, thank you. And just so you know, he was filming from, he was following my rear tire, so the front view would look like this. So I was pretty scared at times too. I just try to keep up with Nate, which is a daunting task.
Yeah.
YouTube has been a good creative facet for me as a filmmaker.
What's a facet?
Or I don't know. It sounded good though.
Outlet? Vessel. I think you're saying outlet.
Vessel. Yeah. It's one of them conjunction words. There's my South Carolina education is finally starting to come out. It's fucking hot. I'm gonna open this door. YouTube was like a creative outlet for me, I guess. But I worked in YouTube before I started YouTube.
Okay.
That's weird.
Yeah, that is weird. How'd you get that gig?
So I was working in the film industry in Orlando, and I really fucking hated Orlando, and I really wanted to leave Orlando. So I got very proactive about that, and actually my wife discovered an ad on Craigslist, and let me just tell you this: nothing good comes from Craigslist ever. So I thought I was just like an indulger because the job was at Asheville. That's where I wanted to be. I applied for it like it's a joke. There's no way this is real. They were like, it's a YouTube show. We need to hire an editor. I wasn't even editing.
Yeah.
I was like editing 5 hours a month.
Yeah.
I lied.
Yeah.
Totally lied. And in fact, they asked me to send a 3-minute interview video. So I snuck into my boss's office while he was teaching a class, because I also taught film. production, and his office is so impressive. There's like plaques everywhere and cameras and film cameras and awards. So I went and set it because I thought it was a joke, you know. So I'm like, I'm not gonna get this job. I'm not gonna move to fucking Asheville. There's no way this is real. People don't make money on YouTube. This guy's a liar. So I set it up in his office, and I tend to succeed through my tenacity and love for this job. And not only am I a filmmaker, but I'm a screenwriter, a storyteller, I'm a musician.
Yeah.
So, and I just pitched myself hard.
Yeah.
Because I didn't believe. I don't know why. And yeah, it turned out to be legit.
But isn't that the lesson? You didn't believe, but you had it.
It is quite a lesson because, yeah, you have to... You get one shot at life, and it's very important that you live your best life. And so many people that I know are so content to just be miserable or stuck in their rut. It was really, all that became very evident to me when we packed the truck and moved up here. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
I just left my career behind for this bullshit YouTube thing. I don't even know how to really edit. You know, So when I got up here, I was like forced. I had to fucking really get on it with the editing.
Yeah.
I knew all the other film stuff, storytelling and everything. I was like, I'm going to rely on that, my instincts. But ultimately, my boss, I work for this channel called Threadbanger.
Okay.
Threadbanger is a DIY channel. They have 4 million subscribers on the main channel, and they have about 1 million, 1.5 on each of their personal channels. And yeah, I thought it was a scam. I was like, somehow they're getting all these views, they're paying for it, or some bullshit. The guy I was talking to was like, fuck this, fuck that. I was like, he says fuck it every fucking sentence. He can't be a real business owner. I was like, sure, dude, I'll go move up there and you can pay me. I was like, my wife is going to divorce me when this fucking falls through. But it turned out to be real, and they were the ones who actually were the first people to say you should start a YouTube channel. But they told me I should do a DIY.
Yeah.
Because
that's what they know.
That's what they know. And they didn't really know about the mountain bike presence.
And you were a mountain biker.
And I was a mountain biker. I moved here to mountain bike. And I was like, no, I'm going to do a mountain bike thing. And they're like, well, cool, it's going to fail.
Yeah, because the broad reach.
Well, and they were just trying to steer me in the right direction. But I think they were, in turn, surprised by the success of all these mountain bike channels. And, you know, I met Seth. And I brought Seth to them, and I was like, look who I met. And they're like, how are you doing all this?
Yeah.
I don't fucking know. But,
I know how you did it, because it starts with making great videos. And you make great videos.
Well, I appreciate that.
And they stand out from other people's content. They're a totally different flip on everything else. And it's really good stuff. I love it. And I feel like so much is gimbal footage, so much is this and that, where you're actually breaking the mold and doing something different, which I commend you for, and I love it. I've got notifications on. I've watched every single one.
Oh, thank you, dude. Tight. Yeah, I think it was when you introduced me to the guys at Worldwide Cyclery. You were like, this is Bobo. He breaks the rules. He doesn't follow the formula. And that was kind of your introduction of me, and I was like, yeah, I love that. That's a great way to summarize it. I do break the fucking rules.
Yeah. So how long have you been in Nashville now?
Been in Asheville.
It's been a good 3 months.
Yeah, and that would be a long stint. Like most people in Asheville have been here less time than that. I remember when we first moved here, I'd ask people, because you're either a tourist or you're new to town.
Okay.
And I ask people, like, how long have you been here? And they're like, a week. I'm like, well, shit, you're fucking new. I've been here 3 months. I know all the ins and outs. But at this point, time fucking flies, man. When you get older, time flies.
Yeah, it really does.
It could also be the alcohol, but
it really does.
2.5 years.
Okay.
No.
Awesome.
God damn.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. When I was riding in Florida, I was like, man, yeah, we're so good. We're so good, you know. But
Kill it.
I had no idea. I come up here and I did Ridgeline, and I was just like, this is too fast. This is too crazy. And now I'm bored of Ridgeline, so it's amazing how you change. And I was one of those guys that never got the tires off the ground in Florida. Never. Rarely. Like a couple drops here and there. I couldn't jump for shit. I still can't jump for shit.
Oh, you did pretty good today.
Thank you. Well, I feel like with the new bike and like hitting up all these parks lately, I've really started to grow a real, like, you know,
set of balls,
set of testicles. Yeah. To have that weight up front, I think is really giving me
centers over the bottom bracket.
Yeah. Exactly, and I've just been sending her a little bit more lately, but also chasing guys like Seth and fucking Phil Metz down trails, that'll change you too. It's like
when you can see them for that first 5
So when
seconds.
I chased them for like 30 seconds, it's like, oh, there they are.
There they go.
Yeah. Wow, that looked great.
Goodbye, Phil.
I'm coming. I'll be right there. But Asheville's been badass. I hope I die in Asheville. I hope I never have to leave Asheville. It is the promised land. It is the best kept secret in the mountain bike world.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. It's out there. So Western North Carolina is legit, man.
It is.
We have year-round gravity parks. Or park.
Yeah. Bailey.
I roped Windrock right into there, but I wouldn't change a thing. I love it here, and my wife's a Florida girl. She grew up on the beach. She's never fucking seen winter, not a real winter. So I thought that's going to be a big test. How does she handle all this? But she fucking loves it as much, maybe more than me. So
that's perfect.
She's turned into a full-on yogi. Like, she's big into yoga now. Well, we always were, but it's awesome. So Asheville has really worked out. And you live wherever the fuck your suitcase is.
I just go, man.
I'm envious of that, though, man. I live vicariously through your travels. And I chalk it up to sophistication. I'm just like, I think it was your Fat Tire Bike video
Quebec.
up there, Quebec.
Yeah.
Just all the culture and everything that you were taking in up there was just killer.
It was really nice. They did a good job of like setting the plate for me, so I could go check this out, go do that.
That's cool.
Normally when I go somewhere, it's just ride, go back to the hotel, find some chicken nuggets, go to sleep. Like I'm not a fancy person.
Man, I would love to see like some real statistics on how many chicken nuggets you've consumed in like a year. And are you like open to a McDonald's sponsorship?
You see, Brian is more of a character that I portray on a channel. He's not necessarily what reflects real life.
I see what you did there. So your character is obsessed with chicken nuggets, not the real Brian Kennedy.
I would love a McDonald's sponsorship. I think that actually would be fun. I think it's outside the bike industry. I don't have to say this, it's friggin', it just would be the goofiest, funniest thing.
I'm loving it.
Even if it's a short little trip sponsored thing, I don't think I'd be betraying anyone by like doing that. I think it'd be really fun.
No, I'm just like I thought you would today. You're like crushing me up the climb. I'm like, that son of a bitch just eats chicken nuggets. What's going on? God.
I made it hard on him.
Yeah. I made it up there pretty quick though.
Yeah, you were not bad. You were not bad.
I thought I would do better. But this YouTube thing has like gone far beyond what I thought I would do.
So Bobo had Bobo Palooza last week at Windrock. It was snowy, it was cold. I kind of wanted to go, but I got friggin' scared of the snowiness and the coldness.
For a good reason.
And he had 15 people show up.
Not bad. People came out from Kansas City, from Georgia, from Florida.
That's not bad. That's amazing.
Cool. Yeah, I was stoked on it.
I say it over and over on my channel. When you actually get people to take action on something, like, maybe the whole YouTube world, you can get 1 million views. Like if we push you off a cliff or something and like, oh, and you have that clip and it's bloody or whatever.
It's worth a try.
People come and go. And you're not connecting with anybody. You can bang out these videos where there's no connection at all and there's nothing happening. You're just racking up hits. Who cares? But when you have a connection, you actually make people hop on Patreon or buy a shirt or get a sticker or come out to a camp. You have made a real impact to get people to do something with their life. It's amazing.
Show up, yeah, for sure. And most of these guys who showed up had never even downhilled before. and
Windrock is not the place.
Not the place to start, but
I'm sure they had a blast.
They did. I mean, like one guy wrote me beforehand and he was like, so is it cool if I bring my hardtail? I was like, no, it's fucking not cool. And Nate was like, dude, some people shred on hardtails. I'm like, yeah, but people who shred on hardtails don't ask. He's like, oh, that's a good point, Bobo. So yeah, I was genuinely concerned for some of the people, but you know what? They made it, and I think that they were changed afterwards. It was like you start to believe in yourself a little bit more. It's like
we were talking about it earlier. It's fear, the comfort zone. Life is about facing your fears. You can fail. You can fail at life. You could lose your wife. You could lose your dog. You could get kicked out of your house. but you're
I like
still
this
alive.
house.
You're still breathing. You know, like there's never really defeat.
No, and I think that I failed a great amount when I first started the YouTube thing.
How so?
Okay, and I think like being able to be modest and be coachable and be open to suggestion helps you develop what you're doing, refine your process, and then you get balls deep into it, and then it becomes overwhelming because you're like, well, fuck, I got to put out another video next week. Then you just organize yourself a little bit better, and it becomes less painful.
Yeah.
The key is to not only do it, but to do it and enjoy it. Because if you're not enjoying it, it translates to camera, and people can smell bullshit from a mile away. They know if you're fucking into it or not.
Yeah.
If you hate what you do, you're not going to churn out a good product.
Yeah.
So I fucking failed at it miserably. Not miserably, but I couldn't possibly watch my older episodes since they're so cringy. For me.
But how so? Because you're faking it? Because
Yeah.
you're trying to do an idea of what you thought a YouTube video should be.
Well-
you weren't being you.
Well, so I did like remember the show Mystery Science Theater?
Of course.
So when I first started, I didn't have a gimbal, and I just had the like waterproof housing mount for the GoPro, so the sound was garbage.
Yes.
So I would film riding and then come home and voice over all the riding.
Yeah, I remember those
right?
days. I remember
so
those
I had
days.
free reign to say whatever I wanted.
Yeah.
And like I would get, so I would edit it and then sit in front of the camera or sit in front of the computer with the microphone, and I would have to get myself pumped up like I'm riding.
Yeah.
And I would even pretend to be riding while I'm doing the voiceover, like, oh fuck, oh shit, boss, and whoo, wee, yippee, like that. And finally, my wife was just like, you don't sound like you're out of breath enough. You need to like run up and down these stairs a couple times. So
It's a whole charade.
it's all a charade, yeah. And it got a little overwhelming at some point because like most of my videos are pretty much dialogue from start to finish. Like there's not a lot of blank space in there. And yeah, so I don't think I could watch some of my older videos. They're pretty cringe-worthy. That's where that guy commented like, you were fucking annoying, and I was like, no, you're not. But now looking back, I'm like, hey, maybe I was. I don't know. I never thought that I would be able to get to where I am now. I always thought when I did those voiceover videos, I was like, I should do more sketch stuff because I know how to write, I know how to direct, and be a first AD, shit like that. Because I was a director and writer and first AD, and I wanted to apply that knowledge to what I was doing now. And the first video I did that, I think I gave my bike Prometheus a German accent. And I was like, I'm just gonna set up this camera and like make my bike like want to go to the strip club. Like, oh, I saved up lots of singles, like anyone can get singles. And everyone loved it. It was my most successful video, and I knew right then I was on something and I needed to pursue that. So constantly refining, constantly pushing myself and trying to find better ways to do what I'm already doing. So here we are. Fuck. Now I got almost 12,000 subscribers. I can't stop. Like there's no stopping. You can't quit now.
No. People always want more.
So in high school, did you do sports?
No.
No sports?
No sports.
You're so athletic.
I
Not one sport?
could have been a contender.
You could have been a contender. You are the contender.
I played video games.
Video games?
On the computer all the time.
That makes sense.
No
That makes
sports,
sense.
I saved my potential, so I didn't have any surgeries or injuries.
So did you like lose weight or something?
I've
like
always
that?
been skinny.
What?
Yeah.
Damn it, you played video games and no problems here? No weight gain?
No.
Jesus.
One of those.
Sickening. It makes me sick. Because I played every sport. Mm-hmm. I lettered in 4 sports in high school, and I must have played like 8 sports growing up. Shut up, Bear!
Take it down.
Dude! Mountain biking is my sport for life. I identify as a mountain biker. I have gear that says I'm a mountain biker.
Yes.
And it's awesome knowing that from now on, that's my jam.
Yeah.
You see 70-year-old dudes out on the fucking
do.
trail smoking it up the climbs.
And I always wonder, is it genes or is it because they ride? Is it genetic?
I don't know.
God, they're 60 plus years old. They look great. It's amazing.
Gives me hope, man.
Yeah.
It proves that we chose the right sport to get into.
Was it recording? Fuck me. It's alright, we got the backup here.
Got the backup.
Fuck. This fucking thing. We got the GoPro.
We got the GoPro.
This is a clusterfuck to end all clusterfucks. Whatever. We had a good conversation.
It was a good conversation, and the GoPro is proof.
It's blinking. The GoPro has no problem. 42 minutes in, we're fucking going all night.
All night.
Do you have any weird recurring dreams?
Oh yeah. You?
Yeah.
What you got?
So mine is always about control. I'm a big control freak, and mine is driving a car and the brakes don't work.
Ooh.
A lot.
That's a shitty dream
It's
to have.
horrible.
All the time.
Just.
I went riding with Seth. I was like, dude, I'm sorry. I was tired last night, or I was tired all day today. I didn't sleep last night. I had this dream that I killed somebody, and then I had to like drive out of state and like dispose of the body and everything. And he's like, oh, Dick, the whole disposing of the body dream, that one's a bummer. Like you has that shit all the time.
Dude, I've never had that.
It's not a repetitive dream, but the repetitive dreams that I have are like really dark shit. Yeah, really dark shit. I don't even know if I want to say it. Like one is like me swimming in the middle of a fresh spring in like Florida, and it's really impossibly far, the shores. And every time I put my head in the water, everything on earth that can kill you that lives in the water is underneath me. It's like snakes, stingrays, crocodiles, alligators, sharks, everything. And I like pop my head back up. I'm like, all right, I just don't want to look. You know, I just slowly swim to shore. And then the shore just gets further away and I look again. And it's, yeah, I don't know what that one's all about.
There's definitely some shit. It's definitely all, it's like under the surface.
Yeah, I was killed by crocodiles in my previous life or some shit like that. But, all right, so YouTube. Let's get back onto that. So I came up to Asheville. I was working for Threadbanger. They had 4 million subscribers.
Yeah.
And I got to see firsthand their success. Their channel's been going for 10 years.
Wow.
When they first started, it was all tutorials
Yes.
and very safe shit.
Yeah.
And Rob was like, fuck this. I got to do something special or I'm never going to take this anywhere. And so he started like puking on camera and like cutting off fingers and dying every third episode. And before you know it, bam, man, 4 million fucking subscribers and the dude's about to retire before the age of 36. So I was like, yes, I want that life. I want enough money to travel the world, mountain bike, and then maybe give back at some point.
Oh, he did it.
See, he knows how to open doors.
This dog is a genius.
Yeah, and a total dickhead.
He's made his way in.
Come on, get on camera, son of a bitch. Give me a kiss. God, all right, get out of here, Jesus, go get a job, dog.
A baby bear. That is a big dog. What's it gonna take to get to 1 million subscribers?
Oh my God, I don't know. Has anyone done that in the mountain bike world?
Fabio Widmer.
Okay. Time, because inevitably all these young kids, all these young children that are pretty much the bulk of the YouTube subscriber world are going to grow up and they're going to outgrow their tastes. Like, just think about your musical tastes in middle school, right? Confession, I was all about Boys to Men, you know, like, but that's middle school. You were fucking all kinds of a dumbass at that point. I mean, I think that's what life is like every 5 years looking back and being like, wow, I was a dumbass, you know? I'm almost on that now. I feel like this year I'll look back like, oh, when I was 30, I was a fucking dumbass. But I think all these kids are going to stop watching their programs and they're going to get into what they're interested in. And a lot of them will be interested in mountain biking. The thing about YouTube is no one really knows how big this fucking thing could be. I mean, a television show on Netflix, if they were to do 100,000 views, they'd be fucking stoked, you know, in the first day. My channel that I edit for, we usually do about 1 million views in 3 days on an episode.
That's legit.
You want to hear something crazy? And I really can't even believe this, but every time I do the math, it comes out the same. In the 2.5 years I've been working for Threadbanger, my edits have done 500 million views. Over 500 million views.
Yes. And not to say the watch time.
Yeah.
That's something to think about too, where it's like average 3 minutes, 4 minutes.
For sure.
500 million views times 1.4 billion minutes.
That's crazy. I didn't think about it like that.
That's crazy. When you think about the minutes watched, like, it's really crazy.
It's daunting. I mean, it looks great on my resume, you know, like, but I never thought that I would like come up here and edit for these people and actually generate something like that. Like,
and make a living doing it.
I'm all right with it. And since I've actually edited for other YouTubers like you,
like me,
I've edited for a channel called Crafted Workshop. Hello, Johnny. Thank you. I don't know if he wants me to say that.
It's funny because it's not a secret. It's just like a weird thing where it is so weird. And it was like testing it out. Okay, if I could get Bobo to edit this video, that means I could get this quicker, get done quicker, and all this other stuff.
And you happened to hit me up on like the busiest week of my life, and I was like, sure, I can do it. Yeah.
Say yes.
I always say yes. Thought I was up for the task, but I couldn't get that second one done. And then I've been editing for Seth. Seth does his patron videos, and
those have come out really good too.
They're hilarious. They're great. I'm like editing the last one. He told me nothing. Nothing.
Just gave you the footage.
He just gave me the footage. I'm rolling through it. Bear comes up, tips the trash can, runs away. Seth comes out chasing the bear naked.
That's great.
I'm like, baby, come here. You gotta look at Seth's ass.
It's delectable.
It's good. It's a good ass.
Yeah. This has been great. I friggin' love it. I love talking to people. I like getting a little bit lower below the surface and seeing all the crazy shit underneath the surface.
There's a lot of crazy shit that lies underneath here, and it's cool to finally get to ride with you, man. We've been talking about that for a while, and it's trippy how YouTubers, we watch each other's content, and it feels like I hung out with you those past 3 years. It just feels like I know you in a way, and yeah, it's awesome to finally get out and ride with you, bro. And I'm glad we did this.
I dig it. Thanks.
We had a good fucking time today, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
Damn.
Thanks for watching, you guys. I'll see you on the trail.
Cheers.